Louise Harrison, whose book, My Kid Brother's Band, The Beatles, is just, I can't even encapsulate what it's all about. It's about George, but it's about you, too.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of us who were on the outside did not realize there was a time when the Beatles actually had to lobby to have their records played on American radio. In 1963, you were living in downstate Illinois. You were kind of the overseas ambassador for Brian Epstein, and he would send you Beatles records, and then what would you do?
I would go around to the radio stations and I would say, I couldn't use the word Beatles because in 1963, the only connotation for Beatles was the bug.
Oh my God.
So I used to say, this is My Kid Brother's Band. Mm-hmm. So that's where the title for my book came from.
That's so great.
Because that's what I always had to call them.
And, you know, again, we think of it as an overnight success because, again, as soon as I heard of the Beatles, they were famous.
Yeah.
So, but that was not the case for you.
No. I mean, they started out in Hamburg, working about, 12 hours a day, a night, whatever, and getting paid practically nothing.
Right.
You know, and so they had a very, very long and hard apprenticeship, really. So, we, it was very, very gradual to begin with. But then once they hit in the United States, there was so much more, more people to be exposed to, But I worked throughout 1963. I wrote to Brian every single week. I got the Cashbox, Billboard, and Variety magazines to learn all about the American music. Because in England, all you had to do to be successful was to get with the BBC.
Oh, okay.
And that was it.
There were a lot more mountains.
Yes, absolutely. So that's what I was trying to do, be a mountain climber.
Well, and you did a great job. Now, I'm going to fill in a lot of the gaps, I know, because your voice, you're having a tough time today. But you were living in downstate Illinois, Benton, Illinois. George came to visit you in 1963. People in Illinois have a really soft spot in our hearts for this story because he played at the VFW Hall in is it El Dorado or El Dorado?
I've never known.
Okay. That's great. But George Harrison in 1963 played the VFW Hall. And do you remember that? Do you actually have memories of that?
Oh, absolutely. Because the little band that was playing there, the Four Vests, they were a popular local band. But when they were playing all evening, the band leader was saying the name of the song and what kind of dance it was, quick step or whatever. But when George got up the whole place went wild. They'd been totally ignoring the band, just dancing to it. But it was, they were stomping their feet, pounding on the tables, whistling. And when he finished singing, some of the people, the veterans, one man came over on a walker and he put his arm around George and he said, with the right kind of backing, you could really go places. And another person said to the band leader, that kid that's trying out for your band tonight, you'd be crazy if you don't hire him. So he could have been the fifth best.
Yeah, the fifth best instead of the Beatles. That's great. Well, one of the other things I like about the book, you are not shy about your political viewpoints. No. Thankfully, you're on the same page as I am, so I enjoyed that.
I'm on the same page as all sane people.
And this was written before our current presidential run. Any quick thoughts on that?
I think they should have campaigns like in England. They have 6 weeks, and I've heard, they say on TV all the time, that if an election lasts longer than 4 hours, you're supposed to go to the doctor.
Very nice. Louise Harrison, we are not going to keep you any longer. We are so thankful to you for taking time with us. Anything else that people need to know about Louise Harrison?
They call me Lou. It's short for Looney.